During this episode, we're going to share with you some concepts and some tools to help you get the most out of your date nights by having what we call a couples meeting. I'm Jim Ramos, your guide and host, leading you to your best version in that stress bubble of life and beyond. Hey guys, I want to jump into the meat of this podcast. You know, when we introduced today's episode, we talked about these regular date nights that really should be your sacred cow. And by regular, I mean they need to happen weekly or very close to every week, especially if you're in the stress bubble of life. But it's more than just going on a date with your wife. Once a month or so, you need to sit down, strategically ask some questions, and we call this the couples meeting. This came from our podcast interview with Aaron Freeman and the book he wrote called The Argument Hangover. I wanted to bring this out because I thought it was so important. So we call this the couples meeting. It is different from a date night. The difference between the couples meeting and a date night is this. The date night is strategically planned with a routine around it, but that routine really revolves around you growing and spending time together, connecting as a couple. The couples meeting, on the other hand, is a strategic way to interact and to help your marriage grow and thrive. There are certain things that you should do, and I'm going to help you. And this couples meeting will look different for everybody, but I want you to just take some major points away, okay? So block at least 30 to 60 minutes monthly. So take one of your date nights and make it a couple meeting to sit down and have a conversation. Remove all distractions, which means no cell phones allowed. And agree that you are in a safe place. In other words, whatever you share with each other will not cause a fight or an argument. You will not get defensive. Just create an environment where you are both free to share. If you don't have your phone, you need something, so bring a piece of paper and a pen because you're going to need to write stuff down. And what you're going to do on your piece of paper is you're going to write 3 columns. And I'm going to draw this for you so you can see it. So you'll just have something like this with 3 columns. And on the far left column, you'll have your area of relationship. And on the middle column, you're going to rate it. And on the far right, you're going to have a plan. So it could look something like this. So I've got the area, I've got the rating 1 to 10, I've got the plan. So what you do is you go down and you list 9 areas of your relationship. Those areas are: number 1, communication; number 2, the family; number 3, financial; number 4, intimacy; number 5, mindset; number 6, emotional; number 7, physical; number 8, social; number 9, spiritual. So you'll write those down in the left column, and then you're going to rank those for you personally. Like, where are you personally in these areas? And she's going to rank it. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Generally speaking, she's always going to rank it lower than you. The women seem to rank things lower than the men, but they tend to be the thermometer more than the men. We tend to be the thermostat more than the women. So her rankings, don't downplay those. She's probably closer to right than you are. So you're going to go through each of the 9 areas. You're going to listen to her answer non-defensively. You're going to listen to her answer non-defensively. You're going to create a goal in the far right corner, or a plan, the far right column, how you're going to fix or raise the number or the ranking in that area. You're going to take this worksheet or this yellow piece of paper. You're going to put a magnet on it on the refrigerator, put it in a visible place, and then you're going to just hug, embrace each other, give each other a big smooch, and just celebrate the meeting and what you're doing together. And then I would just say pray together. And so these things I think will really help you. And I know throughout the course of my marriage, and I still do this regularly, I'll say to my wife, we spend a lot more time together now that the kids are out of the house. But I'll say to her, hey, honey, rank our marriage 1 to 10. And then I'll have her rank it. I'll say, okay, what's going on? Where? Why that number? And we have this dialogue, and we've done it so routinely for so many years. It's really been a great way for me to know where my marriage stands and where my wife sees the marriage. So, guys, if this podcast helped you, if you have a bro who's struggling, can you please send the link over to him, have him listen to this episode? And if you have not yet subscribed to our show, please do so. Until next time, feel the wet sand on the arena floor, hear the deafening roar of the crowd, taste the sweetness of victory, smell the stench of battle, get in the game, get dirty, grind it out, have a couples meeting, and be a man.